Done. So
Hello. So today we are going to solve another AlgoExpert problem, which is removing of duplicates from a linked list. So Nikhil, will you explain what is the problem here and what are we are going to discuss first and
yeah,
solve?
so before we dive into this problem, let's discuss about what actually the linked list is. So it's basically a data structure which consists of two things, which has a value and a address. That address is like a reference of the next linked list. So
Mhm.
you can consider this as if you have already familiar with oops concept, where we make a class has different entities, where one entity is value and another is a reference of a new class which you can say as a linked list. So that's how it works. So it has two different entities. One is the value of that linked list, or you can say a node. Basically a node has its value and the reference, that reference will take you to the next node. So in this, that's all about the linked list is what it is. So next, what this problem is all about. So we have a chain of linked list nodes and we have to find if these chain of linked list has any node that is repeated, like it if it has multiple nodes, right? That's what we need to remove in this, right, Anmol?
Yes. And there's one more thing which we have to show you here. In
Yeah.
this question, they have mentioned it is a sorted uh, list, and in that sorted list, we will be able to find any duplicates which is adjacent to each other. No, it's not like the any item is at first position and that same element we can find it on third position. It won't happen here because that list is sorted. So every duplicate occurrence will be its next.
So the question become much more simpler now because we know like the next, if the next node is has the value same as the previous one, then they both are duplicates.
Yeah. So what is the like basic approach Nikhil we can do here?
I'm just thinking about it. Either we can do one thing is we can store, we can iterate over the whole list one. We can save
Okay.
their all values. It's one kind of, we can say set. We can create a different data structure storing all the values of the linked list nodes, and over
Okay.
we will iterate once again, or we don't need to iterate once again. We can do it in a one iteration itself. So what we'll do is start iterating
Mm-hmm.
on every node. We will check if its value is present in a set that we have a temporary storage. If it is, if its value is already present there, then we will simply say
Mm-hmm.
okay, we got our node which is duplicate.
Okay. And how will we remove it? Like,
But
it
actually the
will make
point
a
is we
challenge
need to remove it.
to
Hmm.
just map that address to the next value,
Hmm. Okay. Just not
next
about
node.
getting the node, but it's all about removing the node. Then we need to think of some other approach because this will not work.
Okay. So, like, we can do one thing. We can just iterate from that linked list, and while iterating, we can check if the value which we have on that node is similar or equal to the value of the next node. If
Mm-hmm.
both values are equal, we can just like move our path from the first node to the next node. So it by doing this, if we have 0, 1, 2 node addresses,
Mm-hmm.
so if I'm at 0 address and there's a 1 address, and in both 0 and 1 the value is same, I'll move my zeroth address to 1. So now the list start from 1 and then 2. So
Mm-hmm.
0 address is kept from that linked list. So we can do this. This is, I think, this is a simpler approach which we can use. We can use any loop, which it can be while or for, according to our preference. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll go for while in this case because it gives a lot of control over the function.
Okay,
So yeah,
let's start doing this. We'll see how it goes.
okay. So first of all, what I'll do, I have a linked list named linked list. So I'll make another variable which is current, and in that current I'm taking that linked list, and in that, so now right now we have a current variable which contains the linked list. Now I'm iterating through while loop, like the example I've given you. Like if I have to check, so what I'll check, the exit condition will be if there's no next node, then we'll exit from our
Yep.
iteration. So for that I'll use while current dot next is not done. So this will help us to find to exit a condition when the value of the next node is none. None is a way by which we check if we have reached to the end of a linked list.
So basically, it's a null check.
It's a null check, yeah. So in Python we use null, or in language we use the same null.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have checked our first condition. Then what we can do, we will check if our current node is equals to the next node. So if current dot next dot value, if our value of this node is current dot value is equals to current dot next dot value. If this happens, that means our node 0 valued is equals to the node first value. Then what we will do, we will change our value to the next, change our node's path to the next path. And how we'll do that? We will use current dot next is equals to current dot next dot next. So by doing this, we are changing the reference of our node.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Next node reference.
Yeah.
So by this, we will just skip it. Else, what we can do?
Else is not required. If it is not a duplicate, then
okay. So if we don't have a duplicate, we have to iterate to next element.
Yeah.
So in else loop, we have to iterate. We have to make our current to the next element, which will be current dot next. So it will help us to iterate to the next node. So if it is at 0, by using else, we go to the 1, then second and third.
Yeah.
So this is required, and then this is like we are using pass by reference here. So it's just a copy of current linked list. So if we are changing anything, it will update on the linked list as well. We can directly return our linked list. Why am I writing LinkedIn here? Okay, so linked list. Let me try. We have failed some test cases. Oh,
we have failed all the test cases. Not an issue. We can just go through this and just try to figure out what the issue is.
Let me check the output. Current dot next is not none. None is not defined. This is the error.
So is it none or is it null?
It's none.
Okay.
So yeah.
They all are passed.
So this simple mistake can cause you an question and answer at an interview. So just remember that we are not using none in a capital letter. It is none with N capital and all the other words in small.
Yeah.
A camel case wording. So yeah, that's all. The complexity for this would be, let me write it here, big of N. Complexity of this question would be big of N, and we are not using any temporary list here, so the time complexity would be 1.
Sorry, space complexity.
Sorry, yeah, space complexity will be 1. Time is big of N.
Yeah.
Complex would be big of 1. So yeah, that's all for linked list. It is a very simple question. We'll come back with another interesting question.
Hope you will like it.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.